Good morning, good evening, guys. Hope you are well. Welcome to another week. Today is Monday, 26th of June, and here we are at the GBPUSD chart again. So let's go through it. As always, as you know, beginning of the week, I like to look at high time frame view and see where things will be going. So, without further ado, let's begin. As you can see, this is the monthly chart, so we're still in our sort of, almost of a downward trend that we can see. Yeah, that's still looking nicely. We're still coming close to the edge of this parallel channel, or downwards channel, but we still haven't hit it yet. So it always be good to see what happens when we hit that. And then if we look at the Fibonacci retracement for the high level value, go all the way from here to here, and as you can see, we've sort of hit the 618 but not hit the 66, and this level again is really strong resistance. So it's about coming up as a 1.29170. So remember, this is like a channel, so it's not exactly that point itself. And then that could be around a 1.3 level, really, to be honest, just a psychological level that we could front run it, just 1.299, something like that, and then come back down. That's always an option once we hit that. So far, still looking bullish on the monthly candle, to be honest. But yeah, let's see where it takes us. Okay, we'll keep that there anyway. So we won't have a monthly level because it's not the end of the month. So let's go weekly level, turn on our high time frame. Okay, let's have a look. So we should have another weekly that we have just created here. Okay, so yeah, definitely worth putting in because I believe it will create some level of support at least. Although we do have a daily below there, which tends to be more valuable really. But I guess for intraday trading, that will still be really good. So let's put that here. And yep, it's a weekly. Okay. Let's go to daily. See what that brings us. Okay, so we have the weekly there. It should show a daily. So we'll leave that because obviously we have daily, weekly here. We've got one daily above us, but I guess it's valid in the sense that the reason why it's valid is because it's sort of, you could say, almost resistance slash support, because we've sort of tapped into it, went above on all those levels, and then we turned below it really. So it's not a very strong daily, but I'd say we'd still put in because it might be good to give us confirmation that if we are breaking that level, that we are heading up. So I'd still put that in. Above that we have this level, but it's been broken. We have these levels broken, but we've got this one there. I mean, it's been hit a few times, but I think it's still good because we haven't really had a close above it, apart from that one. And straight back down, and we're sort of hitting it, come back down. So leave that one as it is. Okay, so that's done on the high time frame, right? Right. So. And again, on the high time frame, still looking fairly bullish, to be honest. We've had a retracement upwards, a steep retracement upwards, and potentially from here, if we are to follow the pattern that we've been going from before, looks like we will be going up. So just want to do one other thing really, because if we do an Elliott wave count from here, this is 25th of May, so you have 1, 2, potentially 3, and then 4, and then 5 down here, which would make sense that maybe a little bit higher. Usually Wave 3 is obviously the longest, so wave 5 will not be as long as wave 3. But yeah, I don't see why potentially it could go here. But generally speaking, wave 5 is not always the strongest. It is generally weaker than wave 3. Wave 3 is always the longest. So that potentially does make sense. I mean, for this to valid, theoretically, we could go as long and as down as here, to be honest. As long as we don't hit into wave 1 territory, we should be okay. But yeah, easily makes sense for us to go here. Generally speaking, wave 2 is a steep decline, which we had here. And wave 4 is sort of an up and down scenario, which what we've had here, like pumps up, pumps down, so it makes sense for this to be wave 4, and for us to then go for wave 5. And as you can see, we've sort of come near the daily, just above it. Oh, I remember we had another trend as well, a 4-hour trend, didn't we? There we go, 4-hour trend, yeah. If I do that, and as you can see, let's do 4 hours. Do that option. Yeah. As you can see, we drew this 4-hour trend, and we are. Yeah, it's worked as support, to be honest. All the way from here, it's always, and even here, like, we haven't really had a close below it. Or we haven't had a candle below it, basically. All our candles have sort of hit it, pumped. So again, I reckon it's a decent level of it's a trend line. It's the valid until it's broken, basically. So yeah, so you can always play around with this level here and leave that as it is. Okay. So that's what I think at the moment. The other thing I wanted to see was, so for example, you know how they say history tends to repeat itself, so let's do that. So let's hide these for a while to make it less confusing. Let's add these to the high time frame. As well. Okay. The other thing I wanted to check was, so if we do from wave 1 to wave 2, so yeah, we came just below that, and then if we do that for well, yes, we are still above everything really, aren't we? Yeah, okay. That's fine. Right, so yeah, so what is my thinking? So what is my high time frame thinking of where we are going to go to and what's happening? So far, it's still looking bullish. We should, and then the thing is, we created this double top here, and from what I've read, is 9 out of 10 times it is taken out. I know we've had a decline, but it makes it, from what we can see here, it's just going up in a bit of a decline. And so we should take this out and go above, if we clear this weekly level, obviously we've got this high low parallel channel, but I mean, it's a whole, it's not an exact level itself, it's just this whole area that's resistance. I don't see why we're not going to hit the weekly at 1.30. I don't see any reason why we won't hit that. And then we've got the 6x level here, so it makes sense for us to take this out, go above the weekly, maybe even touch it, maybe stay below it. But that weekly is, I think, it's key. We will potentially get close to it. So potentially today's Monday. So we might do something like this. Let's come below it, take out all, and then go above it. Below, above, and maybe come on down, maybe spend some time above it, make everyone really bullish, and then come back down. So that could be one time frame, one scale one scenario that I do think looks reasonably likely is that we do this. Now the other scenario, so that's our bullish scenario. Now bearish scenario, theoretically we have rejected O from this weekly almost 3 times. We've hit it on the Friday, then we hit it on the Monday, then we hit it on Thursday, which is a crazy day. So we've hit it 3 times. But then again, you know what they say, the more levels you hit a level, the weaker it becomes. So I don't see why not. If we hit this again, we're definitely pretty much likely we're going to go through, because it will literally be like the 4th time we're going to hit this level. And Thursday you could say, yeah, it's just like, a pump up to down. But if we hit it again, we should go up. Okay, and that's the bullish scenario. The bearish scenario would be for us to, let's get the paintbrush again. So, bearish scenario for us would be to go something like this, hit this daily, and then start heading our ways down. So I think if we go below this daily here at 1.26792, and then sort of do something like that, retest it, and head back down, then I think we're back into this zone. And then we potentially should come all the way down here, really, something like this, at least to this weekly level. Do you have a monthly here? But I believe personally, I think it's broken too many times for it to really hold any real meaning value. But here we have a daily and a weekly really close, and we'll sort of come back down into this sort of territory here. So I think if we start to do this, then we will come down to this weekly level. Then we've made a full come down from our high level resistance levels that we are sort of heading at the moment. So that would be my bearish scenario. Mind you, Thursday we had a drop, Friday we had a drop, so it makes sense Monday that we pump and go upwards. So that's my thinking. Let me know what you think and what I could do better, what you think is correct, and what you think we definitely need to work on, because I'm still learning and I'm still trying to improve myself, so hopefully I'll improve as time goes along. Okay, so that's that done. Let's save that. And the other thing we want to check is, as always, is to see what the news is showing. Because I like to do my technical analysis first, and then we can look at the news and see if there is anything exciting coming up. So this is this week. Anything on Monday? So we have the CBI Distributive Trade Survey. Nothing important. Nothing really important for US either on Monday. Let's do this week, makes it easier. Okay, and yeah, okay. And that was so Monday's gone. Let's do Tuesday. Nothing amazing either. Durable goods, durable orders, house price index, new home sales, this sort of stuff. Okay, Wednesday. Usually, it's about Wednesday, Thursday that the good stuff starts happening. Okay, BOE quarterly, goods trades balance, retail investments. Yeah, Fed Chow Powell speaks, Bank of England Governor Bailey speaks. Nothing really too exciting. And then let's go Thursday. Okay, BOE Consumer Credit May, mortgage approval, mortgage lending. Sometimes, that's a good indication of where the economy is sort of heading, really, but nothing majorly important. US market, jobless claims, that's coming up. That should make some sort of volatility. And initial jobless claims, as always, that's coming up on Thursday as well. So that's always stuff that really affects the market. So last week it was forecast to be 260 and it turned out to be 264. So it became more than expected, which just really means that the Fed rates are working, and that means that more people are coming out of jobs. So the Fed rates are working, interest rates are increases working. So potentially means that they will not need to increase interest rates, or perhaps not in July. So again, if this is really bad, as it comes to like 264 or more than the forecast 270, then that could put pressure on the dollar. With the pound rates higher, could make the pound go higher. And then Friday, sometimes we have some good US stuff. Current account, nationwide, HPI. And in the US, we've got PCE price index. So that will be interesting to see what that is. I think that will be important. Again, if this is lower than expected, then there'll be more pressure on the Fed not to increase rates, and which means more pressure on the dollar and better for the pound. And vice versa, remember, if this comes up higher than expected, there'll be more pressure on the Fed to increase rates, and obviously the dollar will go up, pound will go down. Because UK, they have increased rates by 0.5%, which is more than expected by everyone. So does that give them more space or less space to go going forward? So yeah, was interesting to see. Right, so I think that's it again. So we've got our bearish scenario, and we've got our bullish scenario as well. So I think we should find out by the end of Monday, so end of today, as to where this is mostly heading. We'll see how it goes. Right, guys, that's all from me for today. Let me know what you think, and I look forward to your feedback. Have a good day. Bye-bye.